Hey, Gavin and Samantha, how y'all doing?
Well, how have you been?
Been good, been good. All right, y'all ready to get started?
Yes, sir, mother.
Oh yeah, sorry.
All right,
I just
awesome, guys. So today it's just going to be a quick interview, 10 or 15-minute interview, just to recap Gavin's season so far, and of course his recent PR. So, guys, I'll just get started by introducing myself, and I'll ask you guys to introduce yourselves. So, of course, Dontavious Hill, high jump coach, and yeah, and I'm here today with Gavin and his mom, Samantha. And Gavin just came off of a PR. He's been trying to get this bar for a few meets now and he did get it. So, Gavin, go ahead and introduce yourself. Let us know what grade you're in and how long have you been high jumping.
I'm Gavin. I've been high jumping since seventh grade, and I'm a junior this year.
All right, awesome. And mom.
uh I'm Sam. I'm the mom, the big support system.
All right,
I don't know what
awesome.
else I'm supposed to say. That's pretty.
That was perfectly fine. Don't worry. And yeah, so Gavin, walk us through. I know you've been trying to get this 6'4" bar for a few meets now, and you were really close at it. Just walk us through the most recent competition. Like, where did you open height at, and how did it go for you?
Most recent meet was our district meet. I opened with 5'8", and I was feeling really good. It was just everything was just moving. I don't know how to describe it. It just felt really good.
There was a lot of good energy at this meet too. Last week was kind of a flop for everybody, so this week was a good pickup meet for a bunch of those kids.
Hmm. Yeah. And like you say, like this meet was like a good pickup meet, and of course Gavin got to go out and PR. And it's like Gavin, for you, I know you've been trying to get that bar for a few meets now. It's like, what was different about this one? I know you said you don't know how to describe it, but what kind of felt different for you out there?
The environment, like the energy was way, way different. And if I'm pretty sure the energy felt different because, oh, this is district. This really does matter now. Um, a lot of the kids there, there was only five of us, so but we were all hyping each other up like we always do, like anybody from our district. Everybody was jumping really good. Everybody just seemed to be doing really well.
Right. And Sam, did you get to watch the meet? Like, were you there able to attend it?
Oh yeah, I was right there. Technically, for I guess depending on where we're at, there's not supposed to be any like spectators on the field.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I might have broken the rules a little bit because I was on the field recording, but we record the girl that jumps also. Somebody tries to record her if it's not me or my mom. So Gavin recorded her jumps, and then I just went on the field to sit and record his jumps. And that way the coach can review where his feet are and his lift and everything like that. So it worked out pretty good.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
but I got to be right there like normal the whole time. I think a lot of it is for this week. It was last week he had it on his third attempt at 6'4".
That wasn't last week. That was Riesel. The last week was Lorena.
Oh, last week was third. So 2 weeks ago he had it, um, but was just a frog hair short in his lift. So coming in or coming off of last week with how bad that I don't know, the whole meet was just a weird energy. Coming off of last week and some of those kids he did jump with, um, or has been jumping with, I guess, their energy was all really good. But since he's been working so hard, I think he kind of just pushed through the part where it's not so much I don't know what the word is. Like he broke their school record, obviously, but like I think he realized that everybody was in his corner and he's not doing anybody a disservice by hitting that 6'4" and PRing. But also he kind of took a few steps back when his coach had something to say when they would review his current jumps. And he'd be like, okay, I'm just going to wait for you to tell me what to do, and then I'm going to go ahead and do that. And so he shifted in his coachability also, but also, I guess, in his own confidence. And then the energy, like I said, there was a bunch of kids out there just rooting for him.
Oh yeah. Awesome. And Sam, I know you said, he kind of shifted his mindset a little bit, not just with his coachability, but just with the way that he kind of approaches the high jump and understanding that he's been able to win some meets. He's been able to score for his team. And and also even do well in other events. Like Gavin, I remember you posting like you PR'd in other events and did things there. And high jump was just that one we were chipping at the at the bone at, and eventually, of course, we got it. And actually, I pulled up, I got a couple of your comments here. So these were kind of the weeks leading up, right? I think this was your first meet. Like you said, didn't PR,
Mhm.
but jumped 6'2". This was like 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago. And you kind of posted some of your jumps. And then we get to the next meet. You go, didn't PR again, but you PR'd in the 200. And you also posted your film again here, right? So that's two meets. We go again, right? And we just keep on going, and the weeks eventually pass. Once again, we don't PR again here. I think this is three meets in a row. And then we get all the way to the top here. Boom. And then we PR. We won and we PR, and it was so cool to see because it was like under the days that you weren't getting it, of course you had people, supporting you and dropping comments and things like that. But it's like I love to see the build up and the growth and just you keep chipping at it and for you to eventually get it. And Sam, for you being there every step of the way, I guess what was it like for Gavin? Like as his mom kind of watching him, because of course he didn't get it the first time, the second time, or the third time, but you were there the whole time. Like what was that like?
I told him that consistency is going to be the part that pays off the most. So him staying consistent and keeping that 6'2", and being able to hit that 6'2" on the first attempt, I think all but the first meet. And of course, we bombed out at 5'10" a couple weeks or last week, but um, being able to stay consistent is the most important thing because that consistency leads to improvement later on. If he starts to drop back and do, I don't want to say worse, but less, then we're going to have a problem. And we've had a few, for lack of better terms, come to Jesus meetings because I know it's like hard and it's tough on him because he's thinking, well, he knows he can do it, but he feels like he's not putting in the effort and enough work. And I just keep reminding him that that consistency will pay off. He just has to give that consistency the time. But he's also got to believe in the fact that he can do it himself because obviously nobody can jump the bar for him. So, I mean, he is putting in the work. He's always, I'm not going to say first to practice, but he's the last out of practice. Um, he goes down and jumps some weekends when there's nobody around and there is no track practice. So he's still jumping the bungee, not necessarily as high as he wants to be jumping, but he's still going down and doing it. And then he switched up last week and started doing hurdles instead of the open 1 and 2. And I think that also changed his mindset. So seeing him be able to shift and adjust, and then actually conquer it and make it it's been pretty incredible. But it's hard to see him when he feels like he's failing, when he's still taking first. He's still staying consistent and he's still jumping like he knows he can jump. He just hasn't gotten the little less of the rest of that oomph yet to get there. So for him to hit that 6'4" was pretty incredible. And for me to be able to be right there for that 6'4", I was worried it would happen at regionals where I couldn't be there. So I mean it's been pretty awesome, but it's been a lot of emotions and stuff too on top of it. And so it's just kind of been a whole process, I guess. But it's been pretty cool because I've been able to see it all the way through since he started jumping.
Oh yeah. And that's so awesome. Like you say, like it's been a little bit of a roller coaster emotionally, and Gavin being able to win some meets and still feel like I'm winning, but I'm not PRing yet. So him just trying to keep his head in the game and just keep going for it. And that's the main thing, him just steadily going, which eventually, as we know, what kind of happens. And Gavin, this is your jump right here. I think you got it on second attempt.
Mhm.
Boom.
Yeah, he clipped the bar with his calf on the first attempt. We didn't notice it until we watched it back, and then you could hear it banging, clang as he hit it. Like it was so noticeable, but none of us saw it except for the other coach that was standing right there.
Yeah, let's
We
see
were
it.
just acting on over it instead of into it.
Mm, let's see it. Oof. You
Yeah,
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
came
he
down
you
on
totally
it a
even
little bit over the top, and you came down on it a little bit, but you had the height and caught it with the legs here. And on this one, Let's put it in slow motion. All right, we got the height on it. And when we kick out, we barely, I think we brush it a little bit when we kick out, but you had the height on it and we just get right over.
Mhm.
Yes. Listen at the scream there. Like that was awesome. So
There's
yeah,
probably 25 kids right there cheering for
There
him to
was more
get
than
that
that. There
six
was
four.
Riesel, there was
I didn't even
Jill,
notice they were
all the
clapping
other
for that guy.
jumpers, and then behind us it was everybody from Russia.
Yeah, there were so many kids. They
that's
all
so awesome.
conglomerate to the high jump pit too, so I think that's pretty awesome that they're all there to watch.
Oh yeah. It's like you say, like there's some really good camaraderie, really just upon high jumpers. Track and field is more of that kind of sport anyway. Like that was something that we talked about. I think when we first met was like track and field is more of like a safer sport, for the kids. It just feels like I guess they get along better. There's not that competitiveness that some of the other sports may have because they all want to see each other win. Um, so Gavin, for you, like, what are your goals for the rest of the season? Since, of course, you got your first PR. What are your goals?
PR again and get first at area, then advance
PR
to
again.
region, and then try and survive and advance to state.
Yes, sir. So PRing again, of course, get another height. Whether that you have a bar in mind that you want to get,
6'6", 6'8".
6'6" and 6'8". And I remember
Did you
six
post
eight
those?
was one of the goals that you wrote
Mm-hmm.
down.
6'10" is up there, but we're gonna go one thing at a time, and then we'll get there when we get there.
Did you post
Oh
the
yeah.
6'6" for them to see?
Hmm.
Yeah. And with the height that you had over the 6'4" bar, I mean that was good enough for a 6'5", potentially a 6'6" jump with you holding that. So, one thing I do want you to remember, Gavin, going forward is that like you already have that bar, in you right now, right? It's not necessarily something that we have to build up to or try to find. It's like you're already capable of jumping a 6'5", 6'6" bar even now with your 6'4" PR, right? It's all about going out there and doing it. The same way we saw even ahead of you jumping in 6'4", it was like, Gavin, man, you are close. You have it, right? It's like you're already capable. It's all about us just getting out there and doing it. And, you know, Gavin, for you in this entire lead up, I guess even to this moment, I guess what do you feel like was the main thing you focused on, when you were, leading up to this moment to get here?
I was just trying to focus on being consistent and little nitpicks every now and then at practice, like for example, or knee drive or bring my head back. Um,
A lot of it was
yeah,
your foot placement too before you
yeah.
jumped that you guys have been going over.
I think we spent more time at practice trying to figure out where my feet are and where I'm actually jumping. If I'm too close to the bar, too far away from the bar.
How your toe is pointed.
Yep,
Yeah.
that was, yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of the technical things, some of the little things that people may not think about that you knew were gonna be those final things to get you over that. Um, I remember you even sending me your approach and kind of saying like, where should I be? It's like at first you were too close and just trying to figure out how to run better and get further, and things like that. So you've made a lot of progress in a short amount of time, with your season, Gavin, and I know there's gonna be so much more, for you to do. But I guess to close today, Gavin, what what word of advice would you give, to an athlete who's trying to get a breakthrough, right? Another junior in high school, maybe same as you, who's maybe jumping the same heights over and over and waiting to finally get that PR. What would that advice be? What would you say to them?
Stay as consistent as you can. Just keep up the hard work that you've been putting in, and they'd be able to do the same thing that I can. Just gotta stay consistent with it, and you have to believe in yourself, which is the hardest part because you can be capable physically, but you may not think you're capable mentally.
Yeah, well
Just gotta
said,
stay with it.
Gavin. I love that. You know, I love that a lot. All right. And Samantha, for you, as his mom kind of watching him grow, I feel like we all kind of know we can all see that the athlete can succeed or that they'll be able to get it. But it's another thing when they actually finally do achieve the first PR or the second one. For you, Sam, what would you say to other parents kind of watching their athlete go through the process or try to get higher bars and see them keep going and not getting it, and still waiting on them to get it? Like, what would you say to parents kind of also in that same position?
Really, it's more, it's not so much in just showing that your kid, that your or your child, that you believe in them, or your athlete that you believe in them. It's showing up consistently and reminding them that they can, I mean, they've already shown they can do whatever it is they're shooting for, right? So, and that they're good at it. They just have to believe more in themselves than anything. But also the research is important. So, following or watching other people, other athletes from everywhere to see if what you're doing is similar to what they're doing, if they're the ones being successful. It's listening to your kid when they say something isn't right and they need to tweak something. It's, I mean, there's a lot of encouragement, but it's more, I guess you kind of have to try and understand from their perspective, the mental side and the physical side. And then also you have to be able to tell your athlete and your kid, okay, we need to take a step back. You need to take a break. You're doing too much. Like this is overwhelming you. You need to figure out some way to break this up so that you're not so overwhelmed because it is a mental process. And I think even though they have the physical ability, the mental side is just as important. And so you have to know when to like draw the line for your athlete to make them take a step back and be like, okay, we're going to sit here and breathe. Or when they need that aggressive pep talk and kind of where you just grab a hold of them and you're like, okay, listen, we know you can handle this. You know you can handle this. But right now the brain is spiraling. We need to take a step back.
Yes. And that was
And
so
that's a
well
huge
said.
thing for us.
That was so well said, Sam. Thank you. And yeah, and Gavin, I'm so proud of you, man. You know, I just remember when you first started, and of course you had these big goals, but now you've achieved that first step of kind of seeing like, okay, I can do this, right? You can jump higher, right? And you're gonna keep jumping higher, man. And I'm really happy for you. I know your mom is proud of you. She's been supporting you and your parents. So yeah, we're just excited, man, and I'm excited to jump on another one of these in the future with you when you get your next PR or when you qualify for state or make your next big meet, man. So, Gavin, keep working hard, and Sam, thank you for supporting him, and looking forward to talking to y'all again.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Thank you for your support as well, Coach. We probably would not have gotten here as quickly if it weren't for you.
Of course. Thank you, Gavin, and I'll see you guys soon.
See
Yes,
you
for
soon,
sure.
Coach. Be
All right.
safe.
All right. You too.